Hello and welcome to my channel. In this guide I will share with you what class to pick for an efficient start based on starter sets from Haedrig's gift and how well they perform in the patch 2.7.8. This is my personal list of the best classes to start the next season in Diablo 3. This video is not intended for endgame progression and it only covers the beginning of season 33. The next season is bringing back the shades of the Nephalem from season 22. In this theme your priority would be pylons and shrines, as activating them will spawn a shadow clone of your class, who will also deal plenty of damage and assist you in battles. Unfortunately, this shade lasts only 1 minute, but it might be enough to turn the odds in your favor. And there is one more thing in this theme, an ice cube. For the duration of season 33 it will have 4th slot. You can put anything in there, weapon, ring or armor. It is a nice addition for your builds to empower them and get to higher greater rifts. And same as before, the game offers access to Altar of Rites with passive skill tree and portals of enmity straight from level 1. Okay, let's start with the actual list. Might of the Earth isn't the weakest build on this list, but its playstyle is definitely one of the most tedious. It takes a lot of time and effort to gather all the necessary pieces before you can start dealing meaningful damage. If you plan to use this set, get ready to press a lot of skills and constantly check your active buffs to maximize the damage. The set is superior at clearing large groups of enemies, particularly in solo greater rifts. But its piano playstyle makes it slow and inefficient for regular rifts and bounties. You can use charge or leap to navigate through dense or walled off areas, but it still won't compete with faster classes and other barbarian sets in terms of mobility and speed. To unlock this set's damage potential you will need key items like Blade of the Tribes, Girdle of Giants, Braces of Destruction, Fury of the Vanished Peak and possibly Fjord Cutter if you are focusing on Seismic Slam. These legendaries will help you push higher difficulties, but we are not done yet. You also need the Band of Might Ring for damage reduction and Loot Socks to improve mobility. In summary, while Might of the Earth can be fun for those who enjoy maintaining multiple buffs and cooldowns, it can feel tedious for others. Finding the necessary legendaries is time consuming, and if your goal isn't pushing higher tier greater rifts, you may want to consider a different set. Jade Harvester is a powerful set capable of instantly killing elites and bosses with its Soul Harvest ability. However, to unlock its full potential you need several items like Shukrani's Triumph, Ring of Emptiness, Quetzalcoatl, the Furnace, Sacred Harvester and Lacumba's Ornament. The core mechanic of this set revolves around stacking Haunt and Locust Swarm on every enemy. Once applied, Soul Harvest can often one-shot them. However, this playstyle significantly hampers your mobility and it's not the most user-friendly. It takes time to apply all the necessary debuffs and you must get up close to unleash your Soul Harvest. If your target survives, you'll need to reapply everything until they are dead. Because of this, Jade Harvester is inefficient in Nephalem rifts or bounties, where speed is essential. However, it shines in greater rifts where you have a lot of enemies and time to push the leaderboards. If you still want to farm casually with this build, I recommend using Wormwood, which automatically casts Locust Swarm on nearby enemies, speeding up the process. Overall, Jade Harvester can be very strong early on, especially against bosses and elites. For regular enemies though, you'll be doing a lot of pixel hunting, debuffing them and applying Soul Harvest, assuming you can survive long enough to do so. Grace of Inarius is much easier to play than the previous two sets combined. It offers a fast, deadly and tanky playstyle. While there are several variations, the Blood Nova build stands out as a favorite for greater rifts, regular rifts and bounties. Once you acquire Blood-Tide Blade and Iron Rose, you can start dealing some serious damage. For extra power, aim to find Funerary Peak, Crispin Sentence and Mantle of Channeling. The gameplay is straightforward. Simply stack Bone Armor, which creates a swirling tornado that makes enemies vulnerable to your Blood Nova. This build requires you to cast Siphon Blood to trigger both your weapon and offhand effects, amplifying your damage. Since it's a close range build, Deity's Binding is essential for survivability. For mobility and efficient rift farming, Steward Greaves are a must-have. With Blood Rush you'll move incredibly fast, allowing you to dodge threats or navigate the map quickly. What makes this set appealing is its simplicity. You don't need to manage multiple skills or buffs. Stack your bone armor, curse enemies to trigger the belt, and use your primary ability, which will auto-cast Blood Nova, killing everything around you. It is simple, fast, strong, and reliable. However, if you plan to push higher Greater Rifts, you might want to switch to Rathma or Tragul later on, as these sets offer higher damage potential while keeping you at a safer distance from enemies. Fireburst Finery is a flexible build offering 7 pieces instead of the usual 6 found in most other starter sets. This gives you some extra versatility in your playstyle. You can opt for a melee approach with spectral blades or go with the deadliest variation using meteors. To maximize this build, key items to look for include Smoldering Core, Grand Vizier, Mantle of Twilight, and Nilfur's Boots. While this set can feel squishy early on, especially without Halo of Carini, Firebird can still melt enemies quickly. Casting Disintegrate gives you an 80% damage reduction, making it much easier to survive. Plus the set reduces the cooldown of Teleport, which improves mobility, allowing you to skip enemies, move faster and gain extra toughness. Firebird's Finery performs well in both Nephalem and Greater Rifts, but staying alive can become a challenge at higher difficulty levels. To boost your survivability, crafting 2 pieces of the Guardian set is highly recommended, as it provides significant damage reduction for your hero. Invoker is a spiky thorns based build that revolves entirely around stacking thorns on your gear. It is a simple and fun playstyle where enemies essentially kill themselves without much effort, unless you're pushing high tier Greater Rifts. This build is extremely tanky and can survive almost anything, especially in solo play. One of the biggest advantages is that you don't need to chase traditional damage stats like base damage, crit chance or crit damage. Instead, your best friends are attack speed, cooldown reduction, and of course thorns. In terms of gear, you'll need essential items like Achilles Cuirass for extra toughness, Akarat's Awakening for cooldowns, Equine Fury and Pig Sticker for attack speed, and Omni Slash for extra hits. The Captain Crimson set, Endless Walk and Convention of Elements are also crucial to maximize your thorns damage during the physical damage rotation. The gameplay itself is straightforward. Use your horse for mobility, hit enemies with bombardment and keep spamming slash until they are dead. While Invoker isn't the best choice for bounties or Nephalem Rifts due to its mostly indirect and melee damage, it excels in tankiness and doesn't require a ton of legendaries to make the set work effectively. Next is Sanvuku. This is a fast, reliable set capable of handling everything, from Nephalem Rifts and bounties to Greater Rifts, Ubers and Echoing Nightmares, thanks to its Wave of Light ability which covers large areas, and Dashing Strike paired with Ingeom for mobility. Sanvuku also offers multiple playstyles including Tempest Rush, Wave of Light and Lashing Tail Kick. Each of these builds requires specific legendary items. For the most efficient setup you'll need Kirshiro's Blade, Vengeful Wind, Pinto Sprite, Incense Torch of the Grand Temple, Crudest Boots and Zokrin Gaze. This requires quite a bit of gear farming, but once it's all in place, the build really shines. If you are struggling to maintain your Sweeping Wind stacks, Kirshiro's Soul Belt will help. Despite the loot requirements, the build is pretty straightforward. Your main goal is to keep Sweeping Wind active to boost your damage, while Wave of Light or another secondary ability will take care of the enemies. Once you have all the key items, especially Ingeom, you can breeze through Greater Rifts and farm loot much faster than other classes. For even more damage and toughness, consider adding the Captain Crimson set to your gear. And the final place number 1 is Shadow's Mantle, Demon Hunter. This is one of the strongest builds you can use in the early hours of the season. It is incredibly mobile, deadly and easy to gear up for. You only need 2 key items to get going, Holy Point Shot and Carly's Point, both of which can be easily obtained by rolling yellow daggers and quivers and cube. For defense, aim to get the Elusive Ring, craftable Captain Crimson set, Endless Walk and Aquila Cuirass. This will keep your Demon Hunter safe move even in Torment 16. For extra mobility, add the Chain of Shadows, which removes the vote cost after using Impale. The playstyle is simple: equip your dagger, activate Shadow Power, and one-shot elites and bosses with Impale. However, there is one catch: if you one-shot an enemy, you don't regain Hatred, which can create resource management issues. The solution is to raise the difficulty to increase enemy toughness, allowing you to balance damage output with Hatred recovery. Finding this balance early on can be tricky, but once mastered, you will quickly reach Torment 16 and dominate high-tier Greater Rifts. Overall, Shadow's Mantle is a powerful and easy to use build that deals massive damage even with sub-bar gear. With its high mobility and insane damage output, this set lets you join higher leagues without much effort. And now to sum up the video. Season 33 offers many different options to improve your character: Altar of Rites, extra cube slot, and shadow clones which appear after using any shrine. Most of these starter sets can be useful early on depending on what content you pursue. If you are a solo pusher, consider Demon Hunter, Wizard, Witch Doctor, Crusader or Barbarian, and for fast farming, Necromancer, Monk or Demon Hunter. As for the seasonal conquests, here we have the curses to defeat 350 or more enemies. This would require some practice or assistance from other players. I have a few video guides for this conquest, feel free to check it out. Sprinter to finish an entire story in 1 hour. Avarice to get 50 million gold streak outside of the vault. I also have a video for this conquest on my channel. The Thrill to finish Greater Rift level 45 without any set pieces equipped. And Classic Speed Demon, which can be done simply by playing Nephalem Rifts. And that is all for today. I hope you liked this video and the information was useful. Please consider subscribing and hit that like button. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a nice day and stay safe.